What's up, everybody? It's Christion Willett, the voice of my generation. Look, I want to talk to you all today about the past does not define you. Man, this has really been on my heart. This has really been on my mind the past couple of days. As I've been thinking about, right, what is the number one thing that's holding people back? What's the number one thing that's hurting our confidence? What is the number one thing that makes us feel like that we just aren't good enough? I believe is that a lot of us are stuck in the past. I've been there. I done been through those situations. I done been through those times in my life where I'm just so stuck in the past, where it's literally self-sabotaging me, where it's making me, scaring me to just not want to live in the future or live in the present, or it's just scaring me for who I can be and what I can accomplish for my life. So today I just want to talk about my experience of just living in the past and how I was able to overcome that and how I believe that you all can too. Listen, my goal is to change 1 billion lives. So make sure that you like and subscribe and share so that we can go on this mission and this road together. I appreciate all the love and support. Man, let's just hop straight into it. My past does not define me. The things that I've been through, it cannot define my life. The moments of my life that tried to crush me, that tried to hurt me, they really were used to teach me. I was reading this book, and the book said that a lot of us go through hard times and we go through hard situations and we see them as roadblocks. But you got to understand, those hard times and those tough situations are actually paving the way for who we are becoming. You are who you are today because you went through a hard time that taught you a lesson that made you understand that you have to change and that you have to be different to get to another level of your life. A lot of us are so broken by our past, or we're so hurt by our past. And I'm not saying that it don't hurt. I'm not saying that you're not going to have to heal. But what you do have to do is accept that it happened. You got to accept that that was a part of your life. You can't keep forgetting about it. You can't just keep acting like it's not coming up in your head. And when it comes up, you just like, oh, no, that never happened. Or, oh, no, that situation wasn't that. No, accept what it was. I had to accept. I hurt myself. I made some bad decisions. I hurt some people. I did some things that were selfish, that were not in nobody's interest but my own. There were so many moments in my life I had to accept my past. I had to accept how broken I was. I had to accept how hurtful I was to other people and to my situation in order for me to get to the next level. I had to accept it. And that's what you have to do first. I need you to just accept that it was your fault. I need you to accept that it hurt. I need you to go cry it out, go cry. Go accept that you wish you never did it, that it was some little regret in there. It's okay to accept that because we gotta have this honest conversation with ourselves. We gotta have this honest talk with ourselves that it hurt, that our past is haunting us at night, that we're having nightmares. The way you're gonna get over that is understanding that it was just a moment of your life that you have moved on from, that you are better than, and that you learn from. It was not a roadblock. It was a pavement on your road to success. The things I went through, the things that made me the man I am today, the things that tried to break me, I used them to fuel me. I used them to let people know that the hunger in me is from my brokenness, from the things I went through, from the times where they told me I wasn't good enough, from the times where I had to lose everything just to learn how to get it back, from the times where I had to look stupid. I had to look stupid, admit I was wrong, look foolish in front of everybody, be laughed at, be ridiculed. Those are the moments that made me the man I am today. Those are the moments where I look back and I say, man, it really built me for who I am today. A lot of people go around here talking about, yeah, I'm built different. I'm built different because I'm like this and like that. Nah, you're not built different. You don't really know what it means to fall on your face and lose everything, lose respect, lose everything that you ever worked hard for, and then have to you go 10 times harder just to get it back. That's how you like that. That's how you become him. Everybody want to say I'm him. Well, what have you been through? You cannot be successful in this world until you go through something and overcome it and still stand 10 toes. I can look at you and say, I've been through some of the worst situations in my life and I still stood 10 toes and made a decision that I still was gonna do something better. That is how you become successful. I was reading this book and it says people think success is when you finally get somewhere. Oh, when I finally buy my dream car. Oh, when I finally get this dream house. Oh, when I finally get married. Oh, when I finally do this. you're going to live a life full of sadness. There is nothing you can finally do that's going to make you happy, that's going to make you feel successful. Yeah, in that moment it will. When you buy your dream car, you're going to love it. It's going to be fast. It's going to be big. Whatever dream car you want. When you buy your dream house, when you start that dream business, when you do all these things that you dream for, yes, it's going to feel great in that moment. But happiness is temporary. It's not going to fulfill your life. You have to accept who you are, love who you are, and understand that the things you went through in the past are using right now in your life, are being used to fulfill your purpose. That is how you're going to get true happiness and true joy. Yeah, it's going to be moments where you find happiness in reaching your achievement and goals, but you're not going to be satisfied. Because that's just human nature, that's life. So we got to realize we got to stop allowing the past to haunt us. We got to stop allowing the past to destroy us. I need y'all to move on from some things. I need y'all to heal from some things. I need y'all to know that you still love, that you still good enough. One of the greatest analogies and one of the greatest speeches that I ever heard, just because it was so simple, but it's so effective. If I take $100 bill and I crumble it up, throw it in the trash can, get it wet, spit on it, it's still gonna be worth a $100 bill. It's still gonna be worth that same $100 no matter how many times it gets stepped on, no matter how many times it gets spit on and crumbled up, that $100 bill is still gonna be worth it. And that's the same thing about you when it comes to your past. Yeah, it's gonna be moments where you fall. Yeah, it's gonna be moments where you feel ridiculed, you feel embarrassed, where you just, everything's not going your way. But you're still worth it. You still can get up. You still can add value to this world, and that's your true purpose. The true purpose of life is what is the mark you're gonna leave on this world to make it a little bit better. That's the true purpose, because that's what God has called us to do. We are all called to be servants. Every job you work, every person you meet, you're called to serve. You're called to make a mark, to make their life better, because that's going to ultimately make your life better. That's the true purpose. Don't let anybody lie to you and say it's about money. Don't let anybody lie to you and say it's about material things. When you die, you cannot take anything to the grave. You cannot take a Rolls Royce to the grave when you die. You cannot take a Mercedes Benz to the grave when you die. You can't take a gold chain. You cannot take diamonds. You can leave those things behind for somebody, but for you in your life, you cannot take them. You can bury $1 million, but you ain't gonna be able to spend it when you die. So if that's the case, what is the true value of life? When they get up at your funeral, is the only thing they're gonna say about you is, yeah, he made $1 million. Oh yeah, he had a fast car. I don't think that's what they're gonna say about you. They're gonna remember the times you made them laugh. They're gonna remember the moments where you impacted people's lives. They're gonna remember how you treated people. That's the true meaning of life. And we're so blinded by social media, and we're so hurt by our past. We're so hurt and getting dragged around that we're really thinking that this life is about flying to Dubai every weekend and living your best life. And it's fun. We want to do that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. Yes, we want to live our best lives. Of course, we want to do those things. But that is not the true meaning of life. I always had these thoughts to myself I live such an amazing, beautiful life. The things I get to do for the community, the opportunities that I have, the people I know, the people I've met, I live such a beautiful, amazing life. And one of the biggest things I think to myself, I would be selfish if I just lived this life and did not try to help other people. Did not try to give back to my community. Did not try to go and donate my time, donate my money, and donate any way I can. Because it's somebody out here who just needs a wisdom from you, who needs a smile from you, even if it's not money. Somebody just needs you to give them a hug. I tell this story all the time. One of the greatest things that happened in my life is when I was in college, taking a final exam, and I just did horrible on the test. It was one of them exams where I just thought I did horrible. And I never remember, I walked out that classroom and I just thought to myself, I want to drop out of college. Had a suicidal thought, just feeling empty. And I never forget, it was freezing cold out there. Freezing cold. One of the, it's the fall, one of the last days on campus before you go home for Christmas break. And a guy out there, he had a sign that said free hugs. And that hug right there saved my life. That hug right there just gave me a little bit of hope just to keep going on for the rest of the day. That hug freed me from some things. And that's the purpose of life. So when you can do that for somebody, he doesn't even know me. I don't know his name. I don't even remember what he looks like. But that person gave me a hug. And it saved my life. He didn't know I was going through that. He didn't know that I just took an exam and I bombed it. He didn't know I was feeling like a failure, that I had a suicidal thought, like, why am I living? But that hug saved my life. How are you going to impact people's lives? You can't do that living in the past. You can't do that living hurt. You can't do that feeling like you're a failure, that everything you've been through is hurt. No, you have to move on from that so that you can live a true prosperous life. Christion Willett here, the voice of my generation. Thank you all so much for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe and share so that we can change 1 billion lives. We really have a mission, y'all, to help the next person. Even if it's a hug, even if it's a smile, even if it's a conversation, even if it's $1, we have a mission, and that's our purpose in life. I'm out.